Okay.
I dropped out.
Okay.
And from there I joined, I started working, at the age of 20, that's when I left college. And the reason of leaving college is because I went absolutely to the wrongest course that my parents put me in.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate you guys for staying tuned, and especially those that always ask me, oh Mike, you've not updated us, you've not posted video this week. I really appreciate you. And as you can see today, I'm not here alone. I'm here with this beautiful damsel. I will leave her to introduce herself. So could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Mike's crew. My name is Apollonia, and I live here in Moscow with family, and I come from Nairobi, Kenya. Yeah, and I'm so happy today to get this interview with Mike. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share what, much about this place we live in now.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming. Could you please tell us about yourself, where you grew up, your educational background, and your family?
I come from up country, Kenya. I did not grow in a city. I'm not a city girl. I'm more of a up country farmer. I'm very good farmer, by the way. My education level, I went up to college, but what do you call? How do you call it when you don't finish college?
Okay.
I dropped out.
Okay.
From there I joined, I started working, at the age of 20, that's when I left college. And the reason of leaving college is because I went absolutely to the wrongest course that my parents put me in, and I decided to take it, and it was like my license to get out of up country. It was like my parents, I really wanted to be a journalist, and I really wanted to do music. I used to rap, I was very big in rapping, and yes, like I was huge in high school.
Wow.
Like high school, I was known for just this guy is going to do music after she leaves school. So I presented my parents, okay, I want to be a musician, I want to be a journalist, and my parents were like, nope, we are going to send you to a college where our friends teaches, and you're going to do secretarial.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? But then I realized, oh, that's a way to take me to the capital city, by the way. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go do secretarial. so I found myself in a college, actually a very prestigious college in Nairobi. And I was like, okay, let's do college. After 2 years, I didn't like what I was doing. I was not going to classes. It just got to a point that I wasn't enjoying anything in the class. I didn't want to do it, and it was not my thing. And between those 2 years, I was best dancer in the college. I was the queen of college, like Miss College, through modeling and whatever. So I was popular in college, but I didn't like what I was doing. So I wanted to change to IT, because also I'm good when it comes to computer tech stuff. I really loved it, and I wanted to change. And I asked my parents, please, can I change this? I'm not enjoying. I'm not a secretary. I'm not going to sit in a front desk somewhere and wait for visitors to some boss and whatever. And they told me, no, you're not. No. We paid you to finish that. So I just decided to leave, and I left and survived in Nairobi.
Wow.
And at that point, most of the time when you live in Africa, when you live up country, as a woman, you either come back with a husband or don't come.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's just a decision. Okay, that's it. I'm not doing this. I cannot be a secretary. And then I also tried. I tried working as a secretary. Just attachment, because I wanted also to make some money, extra money. So I went to the business of being a secretary, like a job of being a secretary. No, I'm explaining why I quit college, why I quit what I was doing.
Yeah.
And actually realized to get a job, you either had to sleep with somebody. I went there, somebody's employing me and said, but I could pay you 20K if you were my girlfriend. I'm like, whoa, like, where did this come from? And it was not one place. I applied, for job, just to be a receptionist, just to sit on a front desk and wait for bosses. Now the boss is like, wants to make you a girlfriend and then you get this job. If you want to be paid, you have to, so that was the biggest discouragement. I remember one time I went from the 4th interview, and in that bus going to college, to my dormitory, I was like, okay, this is it. I can't do this, and I left.
Wow.
So that's how I left college.
Wow. That's. I thought it's actually in Nigeria alone. You see people saying, "Oh, they want to sleep with you."
It's terrible.
Wow.
Kenya, Africans, I don't know. This should change. Like seriously, if you're not a relative, if you're not a, somebody they know, friend's child, this person wants to use you to give you a job. Why? So that discouraged me to working place, and I think that's when I was like, oh no, don't do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did your journey to Russia started, and what led to your choice?
Journey of Russia. Oh my God, I didn't know anything about Russia, like zero. So I was staying with a friend of mine in Nairobi, and we used to work, promoting stuff in supermarkets and whatever. And one time we're like, shit, like we don't have boyfriends, and then the online thing started, like, oh, you can get a boyfriend online, so girls be talking, and since we didn't have boyfriends, we're like, okay, Faith, let's go to a cafe. Then we didn't have even phones. Then it was like, what, 2010? Yeah, 2010. I don't remember I had a phone that connect internet. So there was these internet cafes that you used to go to browse and whatever. So we went there and joined one that was called African Introductions. And you know what? It was like, this was like 2009, 2010 there.
Okay.
So we went and just joined, casually, like. And then we used to come, we started chatting, there were some foreigners, there were some Kenyans, and it just became this place, like, it's like perverts there, like. If it's a foreigner wants, to come to, it's like coming to, sex tourism or something, you know that it's very common, and then it just became this place of like, oh God, these are just awful people here. There's nobody serious here. There are older people here, and it's like more of a taking advantage because it's Africa and whatever, and they just want to come have a vacation and then go back. So I just neglected it. I was like, I can't deal with this. Let me continue with working and survive with looking for boyfriends. And it's very hard when you are African and let's say like you're not college graduate, you're not university graduate, most men in Nairobi, let's say they want to marry a college graduate, they want to marry a, what do you call, a university graduate.
Yeah, sure.
And me, I'm this dropout, but really, street smart, like, but I couldn't find somebody in Kenya, like, I realized men weren't interested in me. I think I was intimidating in a way or something. And also I was modeling, so even when I dressed, people were like, oh, this is not my, oh my gosh, she's in a different level,
She's a different league.
No, I'm like, I need a boyfriend. I can't get one in Kenya, like seriously. And so I left that whatever. My information there, my photos, I just forget about this, and I stopped going to check. Then one day in Facebook, I get a message from my husband, the man, and like, I saw your profile. I saw your profile, and I would like to get to know you. The first person who actually wanted to know me, who did not want to get in my pants before, knowing me, and the first person who actually sent a message other than hi you know, or hi, you're sexy, how are you? You know, there was nothing like showing like, you know, this guy has even any exploitation interest. And yeah, we started talking. I think we talked for like 3 days, you know, without I remember I was working, getting paid, going to buy credit to talk to him on the phone, because you know we had to do emails or on Facebook. So yeah, we talked, we chatted, and that's how I met my Russian man. He just sent me a message because I left that account just open. It was just there, it was just online somewhere, and somebody got interested and sent me a message, and yeah, here we are.
Wow, that's so interesting. So, what would you say is the most or was the most difficult part about leaving Kenya?
Just living familiarity, like friendliness. I feel like Africa is a place whereby you will never be bored. Like you will have somebody bothering you, like friends, you know, there's people, you can go outside apartment and just start talking to people.
Yeah.
Not like here.
Yeah,
Even I
yeah.
don't know next door neighbor, you know, how they look like, or how, you know. In Kenya, in an apartment, you can just get out and say, hey, I have a bottle of wine. Interested? You know?
Yeah.
You can actually just come to somebody's house without even making an appointment. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Are we eating or
Are
what?
we-
Like any
What's
lunch?
happening?
Like, yes. So that's what I was afraid to leave, and you know that's what I miss. To be honest, that's what I miss about
Wow.
Kenya. Just the community. Even if somebody doesn't know you, you know, somebody just says hello, like.
Yeah.
In the street, you don't know this person, but you know what? By the time you come to go, so hello, you know, like that's awesome. But he's like, get going to where you're going.
Yeah,
If you don't know
everybody's
me, I don't know
watching
you.
somewhere,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I miss. I think about Kenya. And of course, you know, family. It was not easy to, you know, leave my family behind. Yeah, I think that's the difficult part of it.
So what was your journey like? Like you coming to Russia for the first time? Can you take us through the journey? How was it like? Was there any expectation? Was there fear? Like, oh, I'm going to a strange land, or because I'm going to meet my partner, so all is well.
No, Eugene actually came to Kenya.
Okay.
He found a job as what do we call, as a Russian interpreter,
Okay.
tourist,
All right.
which he worked for. He went only for what, 2 weeks for work,
Okay.
and the company was Indian, and they found an Indian who could speak Russian, so they employed their own.
Yeah, sure.
And you know, and of course, since Eugene was paid more money, so they employed their own to pay less, something like that. So yeah, he came, and he had that job, you know, because he left whatever he was doing. He was a DJ, yeah.
Okay.
So he left, and he came there to find that job, and he got the job, and then you know, when he came, I'd already had a place for us to stay, you know. And then he comes, works for 2 days, and you know, no job. And then to get another job, like in Kenya, especially when you don't have a working permit, and also you know when you're just coming for a tourism visa. So yeah, when he came, there was no job for him. Then you know we struggled a lot in Kenya for like 9 months, and then at the end of that 9 months, I was pregnant by our first son. And we just thought, where would it be? If I worked in Kenya, I wouldn't get so much money, like probably 30K Kenya shillings, or 40K, you know, per month, which will be nothing to raise a child, and you know, and also having somebody, my husband, who couldn't work there, you know. So because my specialist was DJ. He looked for DJ job, nothing.
Okay.
He also good with good florist. Africans don't buy flowers, okay? So even to find a shop to get employed, it's
Yeah.
so it was really a struggle. And then we when I got pregnant, we just said, you know what, I think we should go to Moscow and live there, because you know what, we have a 3-bedroom apartment. My parents are there, but you know what? I'm the only child. You know what? We can chill there until we get some money to get out by our own. So for me, it was like, you know what? Why not? Like, if you can get a job there, it's fine. And as I told you about work experience for women in Africa, it's very hard. Like, to get a job is like you have to kiss people's asses, you know, as you go up. You know, it was just difficult. So we came here. Oh God, the journey. Hey. Okay. First of all, I did not have a passport, so we have to make a passport, and now we had to find a way to get my passport quicker. Yeah.
Okay.
So my birth certificate had been stolen while I was in Nairobi, and I didn't have a birth certificate, so I have to find a way to get a birth certificate. So I paid somebody like 10,000 Kenya shillings to get me a passport quickly. They disappeared with the money. And imagine you're struggling because you know you have to pay for airfare and whatever. They disappeared. Oh God. So I went to the office, you know, and I explained their situation. Look, I'm pregnant. Both of us, nobody has a job at the moment, and we need to go to Moscow because you know what, my husband can get a job there, and you know, our life will be better. Please, I need this passport ASAP. So I realized I had to just go behind the office and talk to this woman and say, please, I need this passport, even if it means, you know, paying some extra money to get it quicker, because I know it's possible. So I paid some more because you know Africa is Africa.
Of course.
And I got the passport in 2 weeks.
Wow.
With birth certificates, everything.
Wow.
You know. And we got the passport. Fine, let's go to Russian embassy. Another. Oh God. Although Russian embassy was not bad, because you know what, we used to sell pilmenis in Kenya. So we found a Russian embassy, and we were working in that building of the embassy. So we used to make pilmenis, put in the fridge, and we sell to the Russians that worked in the embassy.
Okay.
So the embassy kind of knew us, you know, and also we had some connection with Russian, you know, big people there, and they actually helped us with the embassy. I remember going, and the guy was like, why should I allow her to go to Russia? What is she going to do in Russia or whatever? And then Eugene just made a call to one woman and said, you know what, these guys don't want to give us visa or whatever, and you know our situation, please can you talk? So she called somebody, you know, who knew somebody. And you know, yeah, I got my visa. Okay, let's start the journey now from Nairobi. Everything was fine. But of course I have to hide pregnancy, you know, because most countries don't want to take somebody who has a child, you know, then because we are not married, you know, officially. So it's just, you know, complicated when you're going somewhere when you're pregnant, you know, even if you're going with your spouse. So we went, everything was okay, but we came to, I think was it Egypt? Yeah, no, Qatar, and they wanted to separate us. And I knew this is a scheme. They're going to separate him, and then he's going to go ahead, and then I come back and I'll be deported. So thank God we actually realized, and you know, because they was like, oh, you know, the plane that is connected does not have a place for 2 people, so one has to go and the other one has to remain. I'm like, no, I'm going back to Kenya then, you know, like why should I even continue alone and whatever. So we had to stay, actually, was it Qatar? Yeah, I think it's Qatar, yeah. Qatar or Egypt? Egypt. I think it was Egypt. And they took us to, we had to stay for, I think, 16 hours. Okay. So they took us to sleep somewhere in a hotel, brought us back in the airport, and yeah, we went, both of us, to Turkey. That's where the drama started. So, you know, I'm pregnant. I think it was around fall. No, it was spring. So it was a little bit cold, but not too cold. But I had to wear a big jacket because I needed to hide this pregnancy, you know. So I was like, people are wearing t-shirt and I'm here with a coat. So I came, and then that woman in the immigration there, she screamed in Russian, like it was this line, and then this woman just screamed like, are you pregnant?
Are you serious?
Yeah, me, I didn't know in Russia now that men, but Eugene was like, why are you screaming? Like, she screamed, like, Eugene wanted me to lie. I was like, what, 5 months pregnant? It wasn't so much sin, but somebody would say it's just weight, belly, But me, seriously, and me being me, I was just happy. Sorry, like I was just happy. I didn't even see you guys are negative here. Oh, me was just laughing. I asked Eugene, what did she ask? Are you pregnant? Eugene was like, you have to lie, like, no, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not just gonna tell the truth. What about they take me to a room then, Because they do. They actually go in and dress, they can go and dress you and see if you're pregnant. And that would be a big mistake if you lie. Yeah. So I just said, you know what, yeah, I'm pregnant 4 months. I reduced a month. So she's like, okay, stay aside. I don't know what they did. I think they called Domadedova here in Moscow, and then they came after this, I'm traveling, pregnant, or blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm going to my boyfriend's country, we're gonna get married later, and blah, blah, blah. We just talked our way out. Then they released me. Mm-hmm. At that time, I'm not even, bothered. Like, I'm excited. And then we came up to Moscow. Yeah, God. It's like we were waited. So my husband is on the other side where, it's going to domestics, and then, there's international. Yeah. I'm just coming there. He was just talking to me in Russian. I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So I called, he took my passport, checked. Go to that room there. So it's like they were waiting for me. Yeah. My husband saw that, he jumped. He was actually almost the second person to be, cleared and go. He jumped back, like, so he followed me very quickly and said, oh, why are you taking her? She has to be deported. Why is she coming to Russia? Yeah, look, she's pregnant. Why is she coming? How do you know? How do you know it's your boyfriend? Blah, 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 blah. Like, how do you know it's your child? Oh my God. So we were sat there for like, I don't know, 1 hour, 2. Just, they were just talking, they were talking in Russian, so most of it I didn't even understand what they were talking about. My husband has to plead with them, to, like, here, my registration, this is where she's going. Mm-hmm. She has a place to stay, actually, blah. Oh my God. Seriously, they were ready, like, no, she's going back. Actually, there's a point they just stood, and my husband stayed there and said, you know what, no, she's not going back. He started, like, calling other people who can help us, get through this. Because they were already like, no, we're not, she's not entering here. So finally, yeah, after, him going from one room to another, explaining, and so I was released, and the mother was waiting us in the, in the waiting place, and yeah, I was in Russia.
Wow,
you can imagine all this journey. It was horrible, and I was pregnant, and I was feeling horrible, but the positivity that I had to put, I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to be angry about anything. You know what, however it goes, it's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So, but also, the thought Eugene put in that airport for me to be really, oh my God. And then I came to Russia. The mom was waiting us. Yeah, that's how I ended up here.
That's so full of suspense.
It was